Yo, every Wednesday night, you better tune in tight at 7 p.m. CST. We bringing that insight. Halas Hall Report, best podcast in the game. Stats and facts, you'll remember the name. Host Ken Dub got the knowledge on lock. Co-host Woody the Bear fan, talking all that talk. 3 Bear fans chilling, opinions on the side. We're here for the love, riding that Bear pride. Halas Hall, we break it down right. Join us on the journey from day to night. Blue and orange army taking over the scene. 2025's the year, know what we mean. Bear fans unite, it's our time to rise. Sunday mornings, pre-game vibes in the skies. Lions think they're fierce with Dan Campbell's call, but all that greed ain't gonna help them at all. Same old story, we know how it goes. They just can't compete, everybody knows. Minnesota Vikings always talking smack, but when it's game day, they ain't got the knack. Sitting on the couch while we're making a stand. Over here in Chi-Town, we're the best in the land. Halas Hall, we break it down right. Join us on the journey from day to night. Blue and orange army taking over the scene. 2025's the year, know what we mean. Bear fans unite, it's our time to rise. Sunday mornings, pre-game vibes in the skies. Packer fans yell blow pack blow, but can't see the truth. We're stealing the show. Rivalry heated, but we stay real cool. Halas Hall Report, yeah, that's the rule. With every episode, we build that hype. Stats and team news, we got the right type. Fan base strong, we ain't looking back. 2025, it's a winning attack. So gather round fans, put your hands in the air. Every Wednesday night, we're breathing that bear. Join the revolution, watch the magic unfold. Halas Hall Report, we're breaking the mold. Halas Hall, we break it down right. Join us on the journey from day to night. Blue and orange army taking over the scene. 2025's the year, know what we mean. Bear fans unite, it's our time to rise. Sunday mornings, pre-game vibes in the sky. So mark your calendars, don't miss a beat. Every Wednesday night, Halas Hall can't be beat. Stats, facts, team news on deck. Halas Hall Report, what did you expect? 2025, the Bears are here to stay. Blue and orange in the north, leading the way.
Hey, good evening and welcome to another edition of Halas Report. Of course, I'm Ken the Bear fan, and with me, as always, is the man who really needs no introduction because he never has an opinion on anything, but I'll do it anyways. Good evening, Woody.
Oh, yeah. Here we are. Here we are.
And, of course, our first live broadcast tonight going out to Rumble. We've added Rumble to the list of places we go. So now you can catch us on Rumble, Facebook, X, YouTube, Roku TV, and Fire TV. We're just going all over the place, man.
Let's retire and just do this. Get paid. Let's go, Mike. Fucking give me a raise.
Yeah. We both have our raise requests in from 0 to 1 cent. So far, they've been rejected.
Nice.
Because I am retired doing this and not getting paid, but that's all good.
Yeah.
So, hey, 4 in a row, man. We're 4-2 again.
Yeah, that's how we were last year, and then the Hail Mary, then 10 straight losses. We don't want to repeat that, but we'll talk about the Baltimore, but good victory on Sunday. A little shaky in the second half, but we pulled it out.
Evening, Mitch. How you doing today? They also had their W on the other night, Monday night, to the Lions.
Impressive.
Yeah, they had an impressive game for the Bears. So the last 2 weeks, it's been all about the running game. The Bears' running game the last 2 weeks has carried this team. The first 2 wins, the passing game carried the team. The defense has improved steadily and are averaging now almost 4. Well, they were for the season, they were 2.8 going into this week. I think now they're just over 3 turnovers a game now. Number 1 in the league in turnovers, in generating turnovers. The pass protection is in the top 5. The run protection is getting better. I think we're top 10 now. It's amazing what 2 games can do to you. I mean, man, this team is trending in the right direction, but we just haven't been able to put the run game, and the pass game together at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, another 222 yards rushing on on Sunday. That was our main thing, was in the first couple games. Get rid of Swift. He can't hit the holes or not making holes. They're doing a pretty good job, and hats off to Tooney. Still hasn't given up a sack at all. Our offensive line, is coming together at the right time. It's got to stop those pre-snap penalties, though. Come on, Komet.
Yeah. Theo Benedict, since we put him at left tackle, the run game has improved. I don't know if it's just because of him. But the pass protection for him has been good. He did have penalties this week, 2, as a matter of fact. Okay, that's something he's got to clean up. What do you think, though, this means in terms of Braxton Jones? Because I know I'm happy with keeping him on the bench. I'm happy with keeping him next year because it's depth.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Do you think they might try to move him to get another piece?
I mean, why? If he's going to be cheap and he's a good backup depth, I mean, that depends if there's a team out there that wants Braxton Jones to start. That's the only way I can see him not being on this team. But yeah, he's a good depth piece. I mean, it just sucks that the rookie's doing good and the Canadian. What do you call him? Canadian what?
Oh, the Canadian Eagle.
The Canadian Eagle. They're doing great. Don't. Well, how can I put this nicely? Don't fix something if it's not broken. So they're playing good together. But I see if Braxton Jones wants, I don't know, $3 million a year, I would keep him on for depth piece. I just be worried about other teams wanting him too.
Mitch is saying, all right, well, he's already talking about this upcoming game, and we're still in the last game, but that's okay. Lamar may be back. He doesn't think we can beat Lamar, but wait a minute. Let's ask this then. Whose defense right now do you think is better, the Bears or the Lions, right now today?
Jesus. Do I even have to say? I mean, Bears defense. Baltimore is always known for defense. That's probably the shocker of the league so far, how bad Baltimore is doing. But if Lamar's healthy and that whole offense is healthy, they're a type of team that they can cover their defensive mistakes. But we'll see.
I mean, Mitch, though, started thinking like just because Lamar plays means we can't win. I'm like, really, dude? That's my first initial thought when he puts. I'm like, really, dude? Come on now. You're talking about the team, a defense that's number 1 in the NFL in generating turnovers. Lamar's not immune to turnovers. He will fumble the ball. He will throw interceptions. He doesn't have the best wide receiver core. We've got a pretty darn good secondary. We generate pressure. We've been great on the run the last 2 weeks. So, I mean, that's what I'm like, Mitch, really, man? I mean, I know you're a Lions fan, but come on, dude. And then their defense has been so bad. They haven't been anything what their defense normally is. Our run game has come alive. Our pass game which is what I wanted to talk about this week. This week was not good. It was sufficient. It wasn't terrible, like god awful terrible, but it wasn't really good either. If they can marry the pass game that we saw, say, in the Cowboys game with the run game we saw in the Washington game, this offense is scary.
Yeah. I understand, everybody, all these Bears fans, Caleb Williams and stuff like that. I'm still not sold on him yet, but it's just the inconsistency. That's the issue. He's not consistent. That's all. I don't know if it's the offense, the play calling, just the player himself, but he's not consistent.
They're still a little out of sync because, like, a couple times when they, the zone in the middle, and he thinks they're going to be moving, but they're planting, right?
Right.
So that makes those catches look a little harder than they should be. Okay, that's a little bit of a disconnect. They should be able to work that out in practice. Some of these other plays, where we're not getting completions or we're not making plays. I don't know if the disconnect is him, if it's just the defense covered it well and wasn't there, so he's not trying to force it. Because The good thing I can say is with the passing game not being there, getting these chunks. And good evening, Steve. He's relying on his running game to do it. So from that aspect, I'm good with him because he's not putting the team in a bad position either. He's letting the strength carry him, and if it's not there, he's just not doing it. He's not taking risks that he doesn't have to take.
Yeah,
but then
it's just those. There's people wide open, and he's trying to throw double coverage with Roma Dunze. I just don't want that favoritism like Justin Fields had with Mooney, just favoring Roma Dunze. But that one play that he was Roma on Sunday was going down the middle, and there's two people wide open. Two Chicago Bears players were wide open, and he threw it into double coverage. Is that saying that he can't read a defense, or he's favoring the receiver?
Yeah, and they got to clean up the passing game, which I know Ben will work on. Say, okay, Ken, not that you cannot beat Baltimore, you won't.
Wow.
Okay. Sure. I'm just going to say sure. Ravens are in must-win mode, so that means they're automatically going to win because Lamar's back. I mean, that's how I take that, Mitch. I'm like, well, okay. Like, dude, honestly,
is Baltimore 1-4?
Yeah, they're. Let me find their record. They're
because
they're not.
That's pretty. I know what Mitch is saying.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean he's like, well, we can't beat them because, and here's why. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not buying that argument. They're 1-5.
All right, they're 1-5 going up against a 4-2 team in Baltimore, and they're 6.5 points favorite. Baltimore.
Yeah.
So somebody's seeing something that we're not going to beat.
We never get any love on from Vegas or ESPN or any of these people to begin with. But when you look at the Ravens, they still have so many injuries. Lamar may be back. It looks like he's going to come back. But they still got a lot of defensive injuries. Yep. If you look at their games this year, even with Lamar, week 6 they lose to the Rams. Week 5 they got blown out by the Texans. Week 4 they lost by 17 to the Chiefs. The Lions mollywopped them with Lamar. They beat the Browns. Okay, good, and they lost to the Bills. So you can't sit there and tell me we can't win this game or we won't win this game, because the Bears very well should win this game. Yeah, me too, Steve. Me too.
Lion fans crack me up. Oh, Steve, come on, man. It's bad enough you're a Green Bay fan, but a fucking Notre Dame fan? Jeez, you're on my good side with the Yankees, but Notre Dame, come on, dude. Go ahead, Ken. Sorry.
No, you're good. I mean, all right, A-Dub. Yeah. Thank you, A-Dub. Thank you. Now, I mean, Lamar coming back is cool, but look it. Lamar can be great, but he hasn't been this year. I'm not saying he can't be really good against the Bears, like him personally, but they're playing a good Bears defense where guys are ball hawking. We're getting pressure on the quarterback. We've been good on the run the last couple of weeks. All things that are not in the favor of the Baltimore Ravens offense. And their defense, as A-Dub points out, has been one of the worst in the league. And we've just found our running game. This might be the game that the passing attack gets back on track. And if we get the passing game on track with this running game, there's no way the Ravens are beating the Bears this week.
Now, here's a question. Maybe you have to look this up. Is this the first time we're playing Baltimore with Roquan Smith on their team?
No.
Okay.
No, I think we already played them once. In fact, they came to Chicago, I want to say, when we played the Ravens last.
Okay. Lamar's a different player. He might be a little bit rusty when he comes back, maybe not. I didn't get the injury report if he practiced today at all. But he's probably the best mobile quarterback in the league right now. Hey, stop. So we got to take that in accountability. Now, Derrick Henry, his fumbling issue as well, but you got to still worry about him. they don't have many receivers, so I say we have a chance, but I'll give my prediction on Sunday.
So Lamar practiced today for the first time since hurting, the hamstring injury. And that's the other thing. He's coming off a hamstring injury. Guys coming off hamstring injuries usually don't tear it up.
Nice.
Okay, here we go. Mitch, you're serious saying that the Bears can't win again or won't win? That you're basically making it a certainty. So your prediction is there's no way in hell the Bears can win. Okay, that's your opinion. Like assholes, we all have them. And great. Now we're saying this is why you're wrong. That's all. That's all.
Oh, Dylan scored 2-0 Devils.
Yeah, I know that's look. Yeah, the Bears when we go to 5-2, it puts pressure on the Lions. You know, Lion man.
Hey,
I mean,
with all the upsets, the games this year, you can't say nobody's going to beat anybody until the game is over.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I think the Bears have a really good chance at winning this game. They have the tools to win it. Lamar coming in the way Mitch you put it is because Lamar is coming back, you have no chance. So okay, I disagree with that. I think Woody would disagree with that. I think a lot of people would disagree with that because Lamar can't fix their defense.
Nope. That's why they play the games.
Yeah.
You gotta. Hey, Mitch, I'm gonna ask you this. I know you knew the Lions were gonna beat the Bears week 2, but did you know that they were gonna kill us by what 31?
Well, Mitch did,
nobody,
yeah, because he's a Detroit fan.
nobody.
Detroit fans.
Nobody did. So
Well,
that's why they play the games.
He does have us win the next 3 after Baltimore. And okay, that's fair. I mean, and Mitch, if you're going by your preseason predictions, if you had them written down and you're looking at them, I can understand where you're coming from because before the season started, Woody and I both looked at the schedule and said, oh, Baltimore, that's probably not going to be good for us. But then the season started and the season progressed. And that defense has deteriorated in Baltimore with injuries and everything else. That offense hasn't produced, and it's had its issues. And that's why we are where we're at today.
And even Mitch saying we're going to win the next 3. Listen, Cincinnati, they just beat Pittsburgh. Giants, they're coming on, even though they took a shit last week with giving up 33 points in the fourth quarter. They're not giving games, Cincinnati and New York. But I appreciate you saying we're going to win our next 3 after that.
So for the Ravens right now, okay, Zay Flowers practiced, Kyle Hamilton limited, Chiobia Awazi full practice, Marion Humphrey did not practice, limited practice for Lamar Jackson. So while he practiced, it was limited. Full practice for Patrick Ricard, full practice for Roquan, who's on a hamstring, full practice for Ronnie Staley, full practice for Devontae Walker. For the Bears, Roschon didn't practice. Cole Kmet didn't practice. DJ Moore did not practice. Tyreek Stevenson did not practice. DeAndre Swift did not practice. Grady Jarrett limited. Braxton Jones limited. Santos limited, so he's kicking again. Nashawn Wright limited. Austin Booker full. And Amon, with the last name we can't say, full practice. Now it's Wednesday. So all these guys for the Bears, DeAndre Swift will play. Grady Jarrett will play. Braxton Smith will play. Nashawn Booker, we'll see if they bring him back. DJ Moore will play. Cole Kmet will play. Tyreek Stevenson will play. The only one probably who won't play, I think they have to bring Booker up this week because his window closes. Yep. So that will be interesting. Roschon,
who are they going to put down? Moody again if Santos can play?
Maybe, yeah. And now these are the non-IR guys, and we know the Ravens have a lot of guys on the IR. So it's quite the list. I mean, I don't think it's a double-digit win for the Bears. I don't think it's that kind of affair, like it's a double-digit win. But it'll be a good game. But I think the Bears could most definitely win this game. See, I told you he said they would. So I mean,
Double-
Woody and I will give our score predictions on the Sunday morning show. But let's go back to before we got hijacked by a what is it with Lions fans trying to hijack shit? I tell you, Mitch. Let's go back to Sunday. Jeez, before we get ahead of the game. Speaking of Nashawn Wright, what'd you think? I know we had some consternation before the game about him.
Yeah, I mean, wow. Yeah, it's I think he heard our podcast and he said fuck that. Fuck those guys that are talking about me. Interception was a great catch, and the replays I thought, it might have hit the ground, but he had control of it. Had some great tackles. I I'd say, he's making how can I say it? He's upping the ladder for his position when JJ's out. So if he keeps playing the way we do, I don't see the Bears doing anything at the trade deadline.
Yeah, I mean, he's had 3 turnovers he's generated on the year already. Did he get beat on a play or two? Yes, but every corner does. He did have a penalty, which you're kind of like, okay. Of course, him and Byard colliding to lose an interception. But they're making plays on the ball. I get it. I'm not mad at that one either. I think though he's making the case that says, hey, you don't need to go out at the trade deadline and get someone. He's definitely making that case, and it looks like Woody's having an internet issue, so hopefully he'll be back real quick soon. We were seeing this a little bit before the show today too. Yeah, and hopefully he'll be back in a second because now I'm really scaring you with a full face of me. And here he comes right back. I think Nashawn Wright is definitely making the case that the Bears don't have to go out and do anything at the trade deadline, at least at the cornerback position. Let's see if Woody's. We're getting spinning, so we'll bring him down until that internet thing it corrects. So I don't think the Bears are really going to. Wait a minute, what's this? Well, the game's already over, Steve, so you can't win anything. I was off by 1 point, by the way. I had the Bears scoring one more point than they did, so I was literally off by 1 point. It was close though. But Nashawn Wright's making the case, and the Bears' offensive front, 4 sacks, tons of pressures. They did really well as well this week. So I'm digging where the Bears' offensive line is going. I don't know if the Bears make a trade anywhere there as well. Now, there was an interesting name brought up on the morning show today. And let me pull it up. Hopefully Woody gets here, comes back here shortly, because we could afford it. I don't think we'd have to give up much for it, but I don't know if they're going to be selling, especially this guy when I say the name. Cam Jordan. Could the Bears make a move for Cam Jordan? Sorry, I'll take that off. That's that's when Mike is on here on the weekends, and I forgot. Boom, gone. Thank you, Steve, for pointing that out. Could Cam Jordan be a trade possibility for the Bears to add to that defense? I mean, it might cost a 3rd rounder. His seat contract's out at the end of the year. He's 36 years old, still playing at a high rate. Might be interesting. Yeah, I agree, A-Dub. They should be at the rate they're playing. But Woody said it when we started. We were 4-2 at this point last year. Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm trying to think of any downside to trying to trade for Cam Jordan if they're selling, because his contract's up at the end of the year. It's a void year next year. His cap number was 9.7 at the beginning of the year, so now you figure it's gonna be about 5 or 6 mil left ish. We have over 8 in cap. That's a nice edge. He is 36. but he's playing at a high rate, and you just add him to the rotation. Maybe, I don't know, third, fourth rounder, maybe. I don't think he goes for more than that. Adab, I don't know about that, man. We were talking about that this morning too. Are the Jets going to be a fire sale team for the Bears to raid? And then what do they have that we would want to raid? I don't think we're looking for a running back. We don't need anything from their offense. Defensively, I don't know. Because we're looking for impact or something that's better than. All right, we're going back to this. Lions lost to the Bucs last year when healthy with Ben Johnson. Okay. What's that got to do about what we're talking about now, Mitch? Lions fans, man. I'm telling you, they're a different breed. I mean, A-Dub, can you think anyone from the Jets that even – I don't even think the Packers want anyone from the Jets. Because you guys, like, if anything, we may have thought a corner or an edge for us. For you guys, going to be a corner. Okay, they called about Jermaine Johnson. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if the Bears – I don't even think the Bears have to do anything. Cam Jordan would be something nice, maybe a little add over the top. But then you get down to, all right, who do you cut off the roster? Travis Homer, maybe. I don't know. And we got Austin Booker still. Mitch, you missed the context. That's okay. Yeah, Achane. I don't know if the Dolphins are going to get rid of Achane. I think they're looking to get rid of Tua. Tua might be the issue there. Achane, though, if you can get him, but he's probably costing you a second rounder. But like we were 4-2 at this point last year. There we go. And now Woody's coming back.
Great done.
And the
There's Woody back. Hey, Woody, I was talking about kind of reinforcing what you were saying, right? Well, the Bears might not do anything. But then what do you think about Cam Jordan?
Hold on. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. You said about what I was saying?
Well, I was finishing off what you were saying about Nahshon Wright and saying that we might not have to do anything. But then this morning, Cam Jordan's name got brought up. 36-year-old pass rusher from the New Orleans Saints, 3.5 sacks on the season already. His contract will have about $4.5, $5 million, maybe $6 million, which so we can absorb that, no problem. Next year, no contract. He can be a pure rental. Would he be worth maybe a third or fourth rounder?
I don't know, man. I'd rather have Chase Young, but that's another thing.
His contract next year is like $18 million. It blows up.
Booker didn't play yet. He might be up this week. Deo's doing good. I say we stay. I'm just my opinion. I say we don't make a move at all for edge rusher at the trade deadline. I don't know. Do we really want a 36-year-old on our team trying to rush the passer?
So that was my initial thought this morning. And I looked at his stats this year, and he's in pressure rate, he's up in the top 10, 3.5 sacks, 16 solo tackles. I mean, you can rotate him. You don't have to play him every down. Is
he going to be the Micah Parsons of Green Bay and getting in the playoffs? I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I'll do it. That's just me, though. I wouldn't do it.
It's an interesting, you know what I'm saying? Because I agree with you. I think we're getting enough pressure, right? And I think we're getting, and we saw the sacks come this week. But it'd be an interesting piece to the rotation. Montez actually played good this weekend.
Right. Yep.
I mean, he came out the box, boom, strip sack. Like, where was this been all season? If Montez is back to form this week, like he was when we traded for him, then I think the Cam Jordan thing becomes even less of a possibility for Chicago. But if the defense doesn't get if we don't get to Lamar at all this week, maybe Cam Jordan does enter in the conversation some.
Right. Yeah.
And maybe Travis Homer's the guy out, even though Travis Homer was pretty good on special teams this week.
Yeah, nice hit.
Yep. Roshan could be the guy on the way out.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well.
But I mean, it's interesting.
We know how Poles is with guys over 30.
Yeah.
And you never know. Yeah, he might have good stats on the Saints, but you never know how he is going to be on another team. Is his stats this year good enough for us to get him at the trade deadline to push us into playoffs? I say no.
Here's the other thing, though, for Cameron Jordan. He's familiar with our defensive setup.
And Dennis Allen, too.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's the other thing that makes this year he's 13, or I misquoted, 13 solo tackles, 2.5 sacks. Last year, let me see if I can see last year what he had. Last year's numbers, I mean, he plays every game every year. This guy does not miss games. He had 18 solo tackles last year, 4 sacks. So he's doing better this year probably than he was last year. I mean,
you jinxed the guy, Ken. He's probably going to get a torn ACL this week.
Yeah, he knows the defense.
I don't
know. It's interesting. It's an interesting prospect to think about.
Yeah.
Have a good one, Mitch.
See you, Mitch.
I mean, how does that add to the defense? I don't know. Maybe it adds a rotational piece. But if I go back to the Saints game, really the only problem I saw with the Saints game is the passing game wasn't there.
Yep.
I mean, the passing game hasn't been great the last 2 games. Some of the Washington game, like there was that beautiful pass to Rome for the touchdown that got called back. So the passing game wasn't completely off. It was more off this week than it was last week. And they got to fix that. That's my one concern going into Baltimore. I mean, the numbers on Caleb aren't terrible, but they're not great either. I mean, look, he's not turning the ball. He had the 1 interception, right?
Bad.
Which is unlike him, but
trying to hit Rome.
Yeah, so right now he's got on the season 1,351 yards, 9 touchdowns, 3 interceptions with a QBR of 52.2. His completion percentage is 61.1% right now. Against last week against NOLA, it was 15 of 26 for 172, 57.7% with no touchdowns, an interception, and only 1 sack. So yeah, I mean, compared to Washington, where he had a 98.6, he had a 73.3 against Vegas, a 142.6 against Dallas. Detroit, he had a 91. It was his worst game of the year this last weekend.
Yep.
Wasn't it? Yeah, it was his worst game of the season. He had an 86.6 rating. Now his QBR, it was definitely the worst. This was his worst game of the season against NOLA.
I need to look up top quarter. Well, Steve, just don't get anybody from Notre Dame. You'll be good, probably.
Well, that's but yeah, I know they just drafted Kool-Aid. He's going nowhere. They just drafted Kool-Aid. No, you're not getting rid of your guy you drafted this year when he's super cheap under contract. Thank you. Oh my God, super cheap under contract. He's not going anywhere anytime soon. So yeah, you're not getting Kool-Aid McGinty.
Oh, that's great.
Sorry about that.
Like I said, I don't fucking have an opinion, but when I do, I have it.
Yeah, you see, like the Saints are probably going to sell some guys. There are some guys they just can't sell because of the contracts. And the teams that you think might be selling usually I don't think are this year as much. I don't know how much the Jets actually sell. I don't know how much Miami actually sells of the younger guys. It'll be older guys, obviously. It might be some of these middle teams that are like, going to be 7-win teams. They're the ones who might be selling more than these bottom feeders right now. Because the bottom feeders are building their way up. So they're not trading anything you want, usually.
Right.
And these are the teams that have been buying. The Bears were buyers when we were 3-win teams. When we were a 3-win team, we were buying. So, I mean, could the Saints move Chase Young? Yeah, to a team who has a lot of cap space and is bad. Possibly. They could sell, but I don't think they want to sell Chase Young. They got to do something, though, because they want to sign. Right now, they're already looking to extend Olave. He had a pretty decent game against the Bears.
Yeah, well, I mean, Chase Young almost had 2 interceptions off tip passes that he tipped.
Yeah, I wouldn't trade Chase Young if I'm them. So, yeah, that's something where Theo's got to get better because those were both against Theo.
Yeah.
He's got to force those hands down. You can't let him just stand there and jump.
Well, it's it's easier said than done. I mean, these linemen must be a Rutgers fan. No,
he's not.
I'm not called Woody the situation. Anyway,
we do like the non-guy.
Oh yeah. Is that they did the same thing with Crosby too? If you're not getting to the quarterback, you look at that. And that's the other thing is like Caleb Williams got to stop staring at receivers. That's why he threw that interception when he was trying to get Roman Dunze. So what these linemen do, they look at the quarterback's eyes, and if they can't get there, they put their hands up. And it's easier said than done for an offensive lineman to get their hands down, but it's it's a tough thing to do. But Caleb's got to stop staring his receivers down as well. I mean, that's just terrible. That's what I call favoritism.
Yeah, I mean, we've got so much depth in the receiving game too for the Bears. He shouldn't be doing that. I mean, he's got receivers every which way he looks, and we haven't even used them all yet.
Yeah.
Jahadi Walker hasn't caught a pass yet this year, and he's got some speed and some hands.
I like to see him on like punt returns or kickoff returns or something.
We got to use him somehow. But the passing game needs to get some work this week, especially going into Baltimore. I don't think we're just going to be able to run on Baltimore. We're going to need to pass a little bit more. I don't know. What else did you see from this game? What do you think about Moody? Are we creating a situation with Moody and Santos right now?
That, like I said, I want to see Moody kick a couple over 50. We know Santos is automatic up to like 50. And Moody is, I think, 8 for 9 this year in field goals. I want to see him kick a 50 or more.
Well, with us, he's 8 for 9. He had a terrible start with San Francisco. That's why they released him. Yeah,
well, he missed a 27-yard field goal.
Yeah,
San Francisco, and then he got released. So, it could be a situation. We were all questioning, me and you were saying that he has to go to the gym leg day. Moody does have a leg, but he's got to be consistent. So, if Moody keeps, it's going to be interesting this week with Santos being limited practice. So, I'm interested in seeing what happens there. We might see somebody going down to the practice squad anyway because of Booker. So most likely, I'm thinking it'll be Moody again.
If Santos is back, yeah.
Yeah.
And guys, don't forget, I'll post this in there for you guys to see. We are on Rumble, so if you're on Rumble, go ahead and give us a follow over there at Rumble, and you can catch all the shows there as well and comment, especially if you're watching on X. For whatever reason, it seems to come through better via Rumble than it does X. I don't know why that is, but there you can catch us on Rumble there. I'll leave that up for a minute.
Tell Ken right now. There you go.
What's Angel saying?
No, that's Storm.
Oh, Storm?
Yeah.
Storm, are you not getting enough doggy treats? Is that what the problem is?
He's getting enough. He's getting enough.
But I mean, it's tough because we all love Santos because of what he did last year, but you don't want to be like that meme where all of a sudden you're turning away and looking at Moody, right? Because he's the shiny new kicker.
Yep.
But then you know what's going to happen inevitably? There's a 53-yarder that Santos can't kick, and then you know what we're going to do? Every Bears fan, why didn't we keep Moody? We're so stupid.
Yep.
Fire polls. He should have kept Moody.
Yep.
Is there a world where we keep both of them?
No. We don't keep both of them. We have, like I said, we keep both of them. You mean put one down on the practice squad or keep them on an active roster?
Well, the second you put one down the practice squad, anyone in the league can sign him.
Right. So that's why I don't think Santos is going down there. But I want to see Booker up there. So yeah, I don't see us having two. If we do, Moody will go down there. If somebody wants him, they want him. He's 8 for 9. He's 8 for 9 so far. There's another
I think they should put Santos on the IR retroactive for the last 2 weeks, so he's out for the next 2. Don't even worry about him coming back against Baltimore. Don't worry about him coming back for the next game. Let him be fully healed in practice, but put him in the IR retroactive. Tell Moody it's yours because you can only move him up and down from the practice squad so many times as well, and then you run out of options, and then you got to do the whole waiver game and everything else. Just put him on the IR retroactively for the last 2 weeks. So he's on the IR this week. He's on the IR next week. Leave it to Moody. Let him kick. He's doing good for us. And if he falters, cool, because then Santos comes off the IR and we replace him. And we're not playing this juggling game. And Woody has frozen. And now Woody has dropped. So that's what I'm thinking on the kicking situation in Chicago. Let Moody kick. Put Santos on the IR retroactively. That to me makes sense. If we look at the Bears roster, I can't. Let me see if he's on the 25 or on 53 right now. If we drop them back below. I think we dropped them back below. Okay, Woody's back.
This fucking computer.
So Santos, I think, is back on the 53. Mm-hmm. So it looks like we dropped Moody back below again.
Is Booker elevated?
Booker is not on the 53 right now. So guys you could move down. Let's see here. Luke Newman, I don't know if he's even taken many snaps. Can't move Durham Smythe down. Jahadi Walker is on the 53. Maybe Shamar Turner, I don't know. DeMarco Jackson. You really don't have much you can move down. Yeah. But we're playing this game. I mean, it might have just been easier to put him on the IR retroactively. I don't know. So that's one other thing, though, when we think about making a move at the trade deadline, who are you getting rid of if you do?
Right.
In fact, let me see if sometimes over the cap is better than the official with who's where. Let me check over the cap for the Bears to see who they've got on the 53, who's on the practice squad. So for the practice squad right now, yeah, Jake Moody's back on the practice squad. Yeah. And we're still carrying Austin Booker on the IR. So we haven't brought him off yet. So it gets interesting with guys that you could possibly move around. Travis Homer is on the 53.
Man,
I don't know. Do you mess with that? I don't know.
I would. I would.
We got to move someone to bring Booker up. This is Booker's last week of practice eligibility. If they don't bring him off the IR this week, he goes for the season.
Yeah. It's gonna be a shame.
So that's something we got to be cognizant of as well. I'm hoping they bring him back. I think we all want to see him back. But yeah, and then moving towards this Sunday, I don't even know where to start. I mean, if Lamar is back, what kind of impact does that make on the defense?
We'll need a spy. One of the linebackers be a spy on Lamar. They have probably half that playbook on set plays just for Lamar.
But do you need to have a spy when you got Kyler Gordon out there?
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, we've definitely felt the Kyler Gordon impact the last 2 weeks.
But is Kyler Gordon going to be a spy every play? Because
I think it rotates between him, Brisker, and Edmonds.
Okay.
So you'll have a spy, but it'll be a little bit more. It will be disguised, not the traditional linebacker staying across from the quarterback, mirroring him. I think Allen will disguise the spy.
The other key is, Derrick Henry is having fumbling issues. So every time he has the ball, do that peanut punch, get that ball out. I think he had a fumble the first 3 games, so he had 3 fumbles.
Tyreek Stevenson has been phenomenal at doing that this season. Yeah, I mean that I'm not really worried about their passing game as much, unless we screw coverage up, or the one play they almost had us on. Well, that long play to Olave, that was bad coverage, and that was on our boy who we just gave some props to. He didn't turn his hips fast enough. But I think their passing game is a lot more containable than the last 2 teams we kind of faced. It's their run that's a little bit better than what we just saw this week.
Well, I did want to point out 2 weeks ago when we played Washington, okay, that touchdown to Zach Ertz in the end zone. If you look, they show the replays a lot. So if you're looking from Jaden Daniels, and they had 2 receivers, Zach Ertz and somebody else, cutting in on the like a slant in the middle. Both of our corners got burnt, and TJ Edwards didn't know where to go. So when you said about blown coverages, Lamar Jackson can read a defense. He absolutely can. Absolutely.
He'll find. The question is, are his receivers going to be where they need to be? That's been somewhat issue for them.
Right.
I think the defense is going to do a good job. Offensively, it comes down. I think we can run on this depleted defense. We can continue having success with the running game. It's the passing game that I'm worried about.
Right. Yep. That actually, when I seen that a play again, I saw it 3 times. I played it back, and I was fucking pissed. A tight end burning an old tight end, burning up a cornerback and getting that touchdown. But if you look, I'm telling you. Yeah, not good.
I want to see us do. Why are we still not utilizing? I mean, we threw Colson Loveland had some catches, but we're still not utilizing the tight ends on passing. I mean, with tight ends, it's not all about passing. Look at Kittle last week. Kittle did not have a single target, but he is the guy who broke CMC on almost every one of his runs. So the blocking is huge, but I'd like to see more passing to these tight ends in certain situations than we're doing.
Well, that's good that hats off to the Niners. I mean, McCaffrey just put the whole team on his back. When you have a good running back like that, getting your yards and shit like that, passing is not the number one. Could be the running game. But Swift, I'm telling you, and all you Swift haters out there, and I was not one of them. believe it or not. I was not a Swift hater. These last 2 weeks are with these new revamped offensive line we have. He's going to be special at the end of this year. Watch, I'm telling you.
Well, I mean, he's already put up 200, 100-yard games and only had 4 his entire career coming into this year. And he just put up back-to-back 100-plus yard games.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing because, you know, the first, 3-4 weeks, our running game was, where was it? Where is it? We didn't know where it was. These last 2 games.
They were running to the brick wall just to run it and to keep them going and keep them going. They finally figured it out and broke through after the bye. But now in the process, the passing game has, and look at good timing, right? Your passing game isn't there and the running game has stepped up. I want to see the running game and the passing game both step up at the same time. I don't need us to peak right now. Don't get me wrong. You know, we have a long way to go before we peak, but I want to see that passing game improve to where it was a couple weeks ago, at least.
Consistent.
Get more consistent, yes.
Right.
And
all three aspects of the game: special teams, defense. Now we're up 20-0 at halftime, and the little bit of momentum, you know, at the beginning of the third quarter, and it was 20-14. I was like, what's going on? Like, what are we doing? We're playing that damn zone defense again. You gotta fucking stop, dude. Stop.
Zone is so prevalent in this league right now, man. Everyone's playing so much zone.
I mean,
it's amazing how much zone they play, especially like, I don't know why you let your foot off the gas. Keep doing what you were doing. They got you to 20-point lead. Don't fall back on softer zone coverages. Like, keep attacking. And it's weird because Dennis Allen's like, we attack. And you're like, but dude, what about the third quarter? Where was the attack? You're in zone.
Yeah. After that Minnesota game, week 1, fourth quarter, people, you got to still play that fourth quarter. And,
you know, that's why they call it the witching hour on the red zone.
Red zone. Yep. Where wins become losses and losses become wins.
Yep. And like, I'm just, oh my God. So we're definitely have to talk about this game more Sunday. We'll get the injury report more in line. We'll see what's where. I'm happy with where we are right now at 4-2. We said coming out of the bye in this 5-game stretch, of which 2 have been played, we had to go at least 4-1. We're on track for that. We're on track for 4-1 or 5. Actually, we're on track for 5-0 right now. I don't know, you know, where do you see us during the next 3 games? Without trying to get too far ahead, but the next 3 games, what do you think the reality of it might be? And then we lost Woody again. So the next 3, we can go 2-1 and be okay. I don't think we can go 1-2 and be okay. We have to go at least 2-1. I think this game this week is totally winnable, which we're going to dig into it on Sunday. The Giants is winnable, but they're a team that's on the up. And Cincinnati, since they made that trade for Flacco, they've been playing pretty good ball. So that game, which we thought was very winnable, now is not. Let me remove Woody and bring Woody back up. There we go. There we go. So the next 3 games, where do you see us, Woody?
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What do you think we do the next 3 games, record wise?
Next 3 games, 2-1. We can't take Cincinnati lightly. We can't take the Giants lightly. So, and I'm even though with Baltimore being their defense being so bad, I am very nervous about this game coming up. Very nervous.
Me too.
They're coming out of a slump. They're in a slump right now. They're pissed off. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm really nervous at this game.
And look, we're at Baltimore, at Cincy, and then we get the Giants at home. These next 3 games, the next 2 weeks, we'll see how the Bengals do this week. but the way they've looked since they got Flacco, they're looking good. The Ravens, I think, between the Ravens and the Bengals, I'm more afraid of the Bengals right now than I am the Ravens. Even though the Bengals are without Trey Hendrickson, I think he's still out for this week too. But the Ravens, I'm always wary of the Ravens because they're well coached. The Bengals, in fact, both these teams are well coached. I think the odds might be better on the Ravens than the Bengals right now, just because they're healthier overall. Even without Trey Hendrickson, the Ravens defense has got a lot more issues.
Yeah, and they have, you know, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase,
Yeah.
got Chase Brown in the backfield. Plus, you have Flacco playing great football. Yes, Joe Flacco.
And then the Giants, you know, get the Giants at home, and yeah, they got the young kid who had, I mean, they had a really good game going in Denver and let it slip.
Wow.
That was crazy. But looking forward to this week's game for sure. We're gonna have a lot to talk about Sunday morning. The injury reports are gonna say a lot. Don't forget, we've got Ken and Ken in the morning tomorrow, and Friday we've got Halas Hall again Sunday. We got a bunch of stuff going on. We got the Red Zone Rant, the Daily Huddle every day, and of course now we're on Rumble for Halas Hall. So make sure you catch us on Rumble. I don't know what you got. Any final thoughts for today besides you need to drop kick your computer?
Yeah, I fucking don't know what that was. So, final thoughts is rest of the week, be all healthy. Do something smart to get Booker up here. I want to see him because depth's a big thing. He 5 sacks in the preseason, and yeah, he's got to get up here. And Santos, don't practice the 40-yard field goals at practice. Do the 50 and above. And that's my last take.
Yeah, and of course, don't forget in about a half hour to see us with JV's roundtable discussion. I know on Rumble, in fact, I have to fix it. I had it for 9:30. I meant 9:30 Eastern, not Central. So it actually starts in 32 minutes. We'll start that show. I'm going to fix that as soon as I figure out how to do it on Rumble in a second. But I'll do that as soon as we're off air here. So catch us later on that. Don't forget to be back on Sunday. Woody, I think we got some interesting stuff happening this week. I think Cairo Santos becomes interesting. I think the looming trade deadline can get interesting depending on what's out there and how Froggy Bowles is feeling. And the offense, I hope they're putting in the work right now because I need to see that offensive passing game get better.
Right. Yep.
The good thing I can say about this, though, I'm not seeing anything negative coming out of the receiving core in terms of their attitudes or anything. Everyone's attitude's where it needs to be. I am happy.
Because you know why? Because we're winning.
Yeah.
That's why.
Winning cures everything. So
right.
For Woody and myself and for everyone in the comments, thank you for being here. Woody and I will see you back here Sunday at 11 a.m. Central for another edition of Halas Hall. Thank you for joining us, everyone. Bear down.
Bear down.